The recording. Okay, the recording is now started. You should learn how to handle your audio to either make it higher or lower. In case it's too loud, you can make it lower. This session will also be recorded today, and it will be sent to you. Anyone who registers for our webinars actually can receive a copy of it by email after the event. And we have various other webinars that are going on from time to time. Simply visit our main website, ISeeAWorld.com, and you should actually click on For Members. For Members is also for brokers and for salespeople in the world, any place in the United States, Canada, the rest of the world. If you're a licensed real estate broker or salesperson, our webinars are designed to help you grow this service worldwide. We're a major content provider, and we provide these services to get your content out to the industry. For one small investment, you have unlimited advertising all year long. So today's session is going to cover some very important things that the majority of real estate brokers do not know how to do. They do not know how to work exclusive information. They do not know how to even recognize important information that can make you money. So working exclusive information in the marketplace is something that commercial brokers have been doing for years, even before the advent of the internet. In fact, since the beginning of MLS itself. Working exclusive information where you have to protect your sources in order to work that kind of information, that's all being done through ISeeAWorld, and it's become one of the largest national databases of exclusive information for brokers. And the platform is set. It is set to help the rest of the industry grow, to help people from brokers from all over the world to add their exclusive opportunities. And yes, because they also have MLS listings, you can advertise those here as well. Think of it really as simply the electronic equivalent of classified ads in a newspaper, and you have unlimited ads all year long to a market that reaches 138 countries of the world, the people, and from 30 to 40,000 unique IP addresses are registered monthly. That's the closest figure we can get to unique people that are visiting the main website, ISeeAWorld.com. But then in addition to that, we'll talk about that as we go along. Today, what we hope to accomplish is that there is a lot of money being made in real estate using the internet for real estate. And this seminar hopes to demonstrate 5 things, and if you have your pad of paper and pencil handy, you can take notes as you go along here. A lot of the tools, the education that we teach can be applied to your own market areas, to your own way of doing business. You can incorporate ideas right into your own business with your websites and all this kind of thing. So it's education to help you with your career in real estate and your professional practice in real estate. Today's session is based on being on the internet, not only for 20 years helping other brokers make money, but also as a real estate broker for over 40 years in the business as well. And if you want to read the testimonials, and I suggest that you do, and I'm going to click on it now for a reason, not just to toot our horn and what's going on here, but it's to show you that this service, that you are not wasting your time. A lot of brokers are so busy out there, you have to pick and choose which services you might want to work with. But one thing we know is once you know what's going on here, there's really only 2 things that you're going to be doing. You're going to be adding and modifying your listings from time to time, and you're going to be searching from time to time, and you can do that. And you can. This is the first thing you can write down is ISeeAWorld.mobi. Everyone in the world, the public and real estate salespeople, should mark that down. ISeeAWorld.mobi, M-O-B-I. That's one application for your phone, and literally 15 seconds is the test. If I was to test you and say how many listings in your state or province or in your city, you should be able to give me an answer within 15 seconds. Now, if you can't do it, you got to learn how to put a shortcut on your little phone and then click on it and click on search and choose your city, and then bingo, you bring it up, then you should see it. It should be that fast. That way you can check for listings every single day. You can be standing in line waiting for a cup of coffee, and you should be able to see the latest listings coming in your area. So for busy people, this is wonderful, because while you're standing in line waiting for coffee, you can actually be checking the latest listings coming in your area. All right. Now, how to work real estate having one exclusive information is new, especially to people in the residential field. Commercial brokers have been doing it for years. They know how to protect their confidential sources and how to put confidentiality agreements in place before they show a property, and how to, build integrity with others so that you can work on open and exclusive listings. But all of that kind of information can be worked in a very professional fashion that is compatible with real estate industry licensing bodies such as the Real Estate Council of Ontario in Ontario and other licensing bodies throughout the United States and the world and Canada. So you can be making money with this exclusive information because the majority of brokers have limited opportunities to make money. It's up till now, really, it's only what you can put on a real estate board. If you can get a signed listing and put it on a real estate board, you have a chance to do a deal. But if you look at the average number of listings that brokers in North America, whether you're in San Diego or Florida, which is going through a little hurricane at the moment, and the rest of Canada and the United States, the average broker has actually less than 5 listings on a real estate board. The average is like 0, 1, 2, or 3, which means that one is almost out of business. But we're going to show you today how you can absolutely be in business with 15 opportunities to do business within the next 90 days, and you can end up going and showing $1 million property, and next thing you know, you're making $30,000 or $25,000, whatever the case may be. And we're going to show you how to work that exclusive information, getting it out here on the internet, triggering a lead, just like you can do with enlisting on a real estate board, trigger a lead, and then you put your agreements in place first and go show the property, and there's a way to do that very, very nicely. You can also visit our ISeeAWorld YouTube channel, and I'm going to just show you how to get there right now. I'm just going to pop up the internet right here, and we're going to go to ISeeAWorld, and one way to get to it is simply go down to the bottom of the page, and you'll see this little arrow way down at the bottom, which is the ISeeAWorld YouTube channel. I'm going to click on that, and this will give you some, after you're finished today, you can actually go here and you can see all of the various seminars and webinars that we do throughout the industry, and it's a lot of education is really what it is, to teach brokers and salespeople how to kind of utilize the internet from our little point of view that we've been working on for 20 years, helping brokers and salespeople make money. You saw all those testimonials. Those were all exclusive opportunities to make money that brokers did for the first time on ISeeAWorld, triggering leads for exclusive opportunities that sometimes they couldn't get a buyer locally, but they were able to pull in people from farther reach, because we do reach people in 138 countries on a daily basis here. Okay, so I'm going to actually just close that. That's the ISeeAWorld YouTube channel. So this gives you now extra opportunities to make money with your real estate license that you presently do not have. And this is exciting because now you're serving people in a way that they're not getting service from other brokers because they're not working exclusive opportunities, but you can and you should. And that gives you an extra advantage because every broker has listings from a real estate board on their website, but now you can also have exclusive listings on your website as well. And you'll hear me refer to having an investment in ISeeAWorld. An investment basically means that you're going to make money back. It's not a cost. It's basically an investment, and you're hoping for a return. The return is either doing a referral and making $3,000 to $10,000. One broker here, Remax agent, has actually done 15 referrals. That's a total of 75 minutes of his time, if you figure referrals are an average of 5 minutes each, and he actually made $45,000 doing referrals. So there's money to be made using information services, working smarter, not harder, and we're going to show you how that's done by triggering leads from your website, etc., and doing referrals. But if you don't have the content on your website, you don't trigger it. You can have content of regular real estate board listings, and that's good. Every broker should have it. We also have served on MLS committees. We know it's the best way in the world if you can get a signed listing. However, if you can't get a signed listing on a property, then really you're like a secret agent on that particular property. Well, we're going to remove that veil now and show you how you can be networking information. And marketing, in one sense, is a lot like fishing. If you don't have your lines in the water, you have no chance to catch a fish. And let me just kind of lower that there. And so I actually should have done that with my phone a little while ago. I'm sorry about that. I'm going to remove that right there so that the phone doesn't come up again. Next is methods to get more listings. You know, there's a lot of private for sales that are trying to sell properties out there. And what you could do is by helping people while they've got it for sale privately, if you can show them some action, a lot of times you're the one that can end up getting the listing. So we're going to show you how to give people action on their for sale by owners, maybe get a lead or a showing. And then because of your interest, we know from the National Association of Realtors studies that 91% of brokers eventually are the ones that sell all these FSBOs that are out there. They might call themselves FSBO services and everything else, but it's really the real estate brokers and salespeople of the world that are selling the properties. And we're going to show you how to try. You can get those listings, and this works marvelously. And for residential people, you should be jumping all over this because you can be networking those private for sale by listings in a way that's compatible with the industry, with the owners, and everything else. Now, methods to search exclusive listings on the market industry-wide today that are not on real estate boards. I've given you one already, which is ISeeAWorld.mobi, short for the word mobile. You can go there. You can also go to the App Store, whether it's on, you have an iPhone or an Android, an App Store or the Play Store, and search for ISeeAWorld, all one word. ICI stands for Industrial Commercial Investment, but we also do residential. That was added recently within the last few years. ISeeAWorld has been going since 1994, even before the advent of the Google search company, and in those days it used to be Alta Vista. Real estate widgets is the most exciting things. I mean, if you did nothing, if you were part-time, if you had no time for real estate because you were working on something else, and everyone in the industry knows that as much as 80% of the industry is actually part-time. Part-time meaning less than 4 deals a year kind of thing. And so there's a lot of, every single part-timer should have the widgets on their website. They should have a mobile website where every one of their customers can actually add the widgets onto their website, which means it can trigger leads. And when we show you the widgets later, which is a powerful tool to trigger leads because they are other brokers who have agreed to allow their listings to be on your website. But ISeeAWorld structures it in a way that the public has to call you, the one that's got the website, for more information. And the way it is now with other listings on your website, people can see the address, or they can click on the listing and get the name of the other broker, or they can see the address of the other broker. And so you're actually triggering leads to do business, which is a strength of the systems that are out there to serve realtors. But it really helps the listing broker. But this other way helps not only the listing broker, but it also helps the brokers that are doing a lot of extra work with cutting edge technology, getting their websites going and using social media and all this kind of stuff. You do all that work only to end up triggering a lead for the other broker. Well, we suggest you still need that. So all in one breath, in one sentence, we're saying that. But in addition to that, you should have listings on your website that absolutely trigger leads for you personally. And that's what the widgets from ISeeAWorld do. And we're going to demonstrate that. And it's a concept that you can apply. If there's other services eventually that'll do it someday, great. But if somebody sees a message number and they can't click on it, and it means they have to call you for more information, it turns your website immediately into a lead generator immediately. Why? Because if anyone is interested in, let's say, a $600,000 home in or $1 million commercial property or something, they have no choice but to call you as long as you are a member of ISeeAWorld. Now, at the end of this session, and I'll mention it now for some people that may have to leave and can't stay for the whole thing, that it's $319 to join ISeeAWorld for 1 year, and it's $40 per month. But we're going to give anyone that listens to this particular session a one-time. Now, if you've had it before, you don't get it again. So people that are listening to this session from some time ago, you only get a one-time start, and that is you can go to ISeeAWorld.com, and you can actually join and click and put in the coupon code SAVE25, and so you can actually get it for around the $240 mark for the 1 year. And if you want, you can actually go ahead and join anytime in ISeeAWorld and then make an appointment with us. Everything here operates like a doctor's office. Every 30 minutes we are doing appointments here. We cannot have 20 or 30 people calling in at one time, but we can easily make 40 appointments. So you need to make a 30-minute appointment, have a pad of paper and pencil ready, and once you've gotten started, we're going to, in one little 30-minute orientation, it will make sense of everything. It just seems to do that because there's a lot of education going on by our website. So much education, it overwhelms people, but we feel we want to put it all out there for you. All the tools, all the ideas, all the concepts, all the things that can help you make money. We've put it all over our website, and it overwhelms people, but we're not taking it back. We're leaving it out there for the industry to discover, to learn. The nice thing about it, once you learn it, you don't have to learn it again. There's only two things you'll do, and that is to search from time to time on your phones at ISeeAWorld.mobi on your mobile device. And the only other thing you'll do is add and search listings from time to time. That's it. So if you get bogged down on the website, it's part of the education for members. You might as well get started and get this stuff working. This is an information service. We are a unique content provider for the whole industry. There is no other company that we know that's collecting content of exclusive information industry-wide, worldwide. And so the base is working good. It's just up for the rest of the real estate people in the industry to discover it and start to apply it to their areas. The exciting thing about this is one lead can make you a lot of money, and we all know that, so I don't have to kind of go over that. Now, another concept here is why consider having more than one website? We all know that the most of you already have existing websites, and we support your existing website. We suggest that every broker must and should have a website. If you do not have a website, you are missing out on the most powerful feature of the internet today, is having your own website. And we're going to explain why that website is so important, and why, even if you haven't made a penny on this website yet, why you got to stick with it. Stick with it until you learn how to do it. And we have another special session which you should all register for. Everyone listening to this either today, or this is going to be posted on YouTube later as well, that anyone listening to this can come back to our website, go to ISeeAWorld.com, I would click on for members, because under there you can go down and register for the next webinar, how to promote your website. This is really where everybody should be spending their time, not sitting in front of a computer and working on your website. Get it working right away. Get that done. Get it built. This is your office building on the internet. It's exciting. People can come and visit it, and if they see something they like, they give you a call. You hop in a car and you go show a property, and that's how you make money from it. But if you're just constantly redesigning, it's like having a half-built office building and you keep rebuilding. It's not open for business. Yeah, it's open for business, but you should be promoting the website. You need a grand opening. You know, when all these stores open, they have articles that are in newspapers, and they promote their businesses, they promote their buildings, the grand openings, and you got to be promoting it all year long, every single day. There are special little things you can be doing. It starts with how you hand out your business cards. You let people know what you've got on your website, and I'm going to go through that shortly. Mobile websites. If you don't have a mobile website, are you ever missing out? You are absolutely missing opportunities to do deals, because there's a race that is on. And if you go click our blog, click on blog on, you can write that down, ISeeAWorld.com. Click on blog. By the way, you should click on events at least once a week or every couple of weeks, because there's always new events coming on board as well that we like to advertise for all these other services, CCIM events, CIPS, Certified International Property Specialist events, Certified Commercial Investment Member, commercial real estate events, residential events, Realtor Quest, all these various investor shows, stuff like that. And also some of our webinars are in there as well, and other webinars. Click on events. But the mobile websites, there's a race going on. We're recommending that every single one of you set up your website properly. In other words, get these exclusive listings on your website so that it will definitely trigger calls. Why definitely? Because nobody can click on the message numbers. They have to call you. That's the way it is. This is our way of trying to explain it to you. Our challenge is to get out there and reach people, and we're doing everything we can to try to do it, to let you know about these tools that we've been working on for the last 20 years. I feel like Alexander Graham Bell in a sort of like in his scientific little workshop developing these tools on the internet. We're working day and night to sort of, bent over computers and trying to make all this stuff kind of work, and we've got this solution. It's ever nice. Maybe some days there's going to be something better, but right now this stuff is brand new to a lot of people. You got to get these widgets working for you. You get one lead off your website, bingo, you make money. Now, having more than one website is also good because they are like billboards. You can have more than one website, and if you're doing one deal from one website and another deal from another website per month, that's great. Why not? So we have websites that are as little as $16.50. So if you don't have, and it's got to be mobilized, because that way when you're with your customers, you can get every single one of your customers to put your mobile website on their phone. They should have your website on their phones. So every time you're with them, you could be sitting in a Kelsey's and, maybe having lunch or a beer or a sandwich or lunch or something. Get them to put your mobile website as a link, as a shortcut on their phone. And then when they want to search the MLS, they can do it. When they want to search exclusive, they can do it. They're going to be able to see photos and pictures. We build these websites for you, whether you're anywhere from Florida to California to Washington, you name it. We've got websites for every state and every province, from British Columbia through to Quebec and going further east. We've just got them all ready for you to have content on your websites so that it can trigger leads. You're going to have listings, and if you've got no listings now, you get one of our websites, you got listings instantly, literally hundreds, thousands of listings on your website instantly when you have an ISeeAWorld website. And then that way, when you talk to people, you tell them to go to your website to see the listings, and if they see something to call you back, you go show a property. It's actually simple when you think about it, and it's happening. Okay. This service is designed for real estate brokers and salespeople worldwide, and we invite you to invite us in to either do a seminar in your office if you're, no matter what market you're in, depending on where you are, but we're working out of Toronto, so we do all of Ontario quite nicely. We can drive and come into your city anytime, and if you have 5 or more salespeople in an office, 5 to 100 people, we love doing these seminars. And we find, and you must go to seminars on ISeeAWorld.com and read the comments of everyone that is attending these seminars. It's hard to differentiate between all the services that are out there, which ones make money, and they're actually all good services. But you want to make sure that there's good comments. If you're a broker of record, an owner or a manager of an office, you want to make sure that your people are going to benefit. And if you go read all the comments on ISeeAWorld.com, click on seminars and look for the comments, you'll see people that enjoy these seminars. It makes everybody think how they can use their websites and all this kind of stuff. And we actually do it free. The seminars in office is in return for doing about a 6-minute commercial on our services. The rest is all education. There's the instructions to put ISeeAWorld on your phone so that you can be searching. This is our biggest thrust, because the more we promote this, and when we put this on the front page of trade publications, the Commercial Investor and the Commercial Exchange and the Business Exchange, and it's in British Columbia and it's all in Southern Ontario, and you get readerships of, according to these magazine publishers, of 300,000 people are seeing the ISeeAWorld.mobi. They're going to the website. That's for you. So if you've got a listing on ISeeAWorld and they see it, bingo, they make a call and they say, can I have more information on this? I wouldn't mind going to see it on the weekend. And this is for hotels, motels, gas stations, restaurants, variety stores, fast food, and businesses, and for shopping centers, apartment buildings, medical buildings, land, farms, just everything, and residential properties all over now. It's just incredible. The contacts that are being made by the members that are on this service. And so we're very excited, and we love to hear the details of some of the deals that you're kind of doing. We just like to hear the service that you're providing to the public. And of course, we recommend to the public that you should always be working with a realtor, or you can get yourself into big trouble on the largest single sale of your life. There's 40 different things you have to do. Why try to do everything yourself when eventually a realtor ends up selling your property anyways? And why not just stop all of that nonsense of trying to do it yourself and creating pitfalls for yourself all along the way. And you'll read that on member brokers' websites. In fact, that's one of the things we recommend every broker put on their website, reasons to use a realtor. You should have that on your website. If you don't have that in a resource center, that's one suggestion that you can do. And that we'll cover that actually in another seminar, webinar we do called How to Promote Your Website. And you should register for that. Again, just go to ISeeAWorld.com, click on For Members. The beautiful thing when you register for our webinars is that if you cannot make it, you will receive a copy of this event after the event. And, usually 6 to 8 hours afterwards. Okay, let's move on. Now I do have maybe a question here. Actually, no. It's okay. Let me just kind of continue on. There are more people that are arriving in the seminar as we're going along. If you missed the first part of the seminar, you're welcome to listen to it afterwards, because it will get sent to everyone that is registered. You will get a copy afterwards. Now, we're not going to go through all of this in detail, and the reason is we only have a limited amount of time to be with you today. We've actually got 20 years of learning things on the internet from our little point of view. This is not comprehensive of every single thing, but what it is, it's stuff that we've learned, you've learned, everybody's learning things. These are just a few things that we've kind of learned to make our business go and to make the life for all our members wonderful using the powers of the internet. And so you can take a picture of this if you want right now. If you have a phone, you can actually, you should be, if you're listening on your cell phone, we're recommending listening on your landline, and keep your cell phone handy to take actually pictures of what's going on here on the screen. Mind you, you can always listen to this later too and get it. But these are some of the tools that people are using on the internet in a very effective, productive fashion. Evernote.com. I'm not going to go into it. I'm going to tell you we use it every day. I recommend every single salesperson have it. This can be the #1 place that you can store your ideas. You wake up 4 in the morning, you think of a great idea. I know by 6 o'clock I can forget what that idea was. And so I'll mark it right down. I'll just pull it out, tap Evernote, and go add a text note, and bingo, I put it right in. So those creative ideas can be kept there permanently. And you can search every note for the last 1, 2, 3, 4 years by keyword if you dealt with a certain person. So all these files and clips and everything, articles and newspapers, all that can be saved in Evernote. It's the most used program as an app on everybody's phone worldwide. It's absolutely great. I would upgrade, pay for the darn thing, and get that thing working for you. It will organize your life so that you don't forget things, and it'll help your business and be more productive, and so you don't lose ideas and concepts and tools and everything else. KeyPass, that's the one I use for keeping track of passwords. There's all kinds of different ones out there. The reason I like it, you can access it from any device. In other words, if I'm on my Samsung or on a Nexus or on whatever, all the devices, iPads and notebooks and everything that I've got, along with laptops and computers, all of these things I can access that and get the password. And that's pretty good when you've got a couple of hundred passwords for all various things that we built up over the last 20 years. Dropbox.com, if you don't have it, I'm sorry for you, because one day your computer's going to crash, and if your computer crashed right now, or if somebody stole your computer, or you dropped it, or it, you know, and it broke and it doesn't work anymore, or it come to the end of the line all of a sudden, would you be in trouble? If the answer is yes, get Dropbox. The beauty of this is you can learn how to make a file folder and put different folders for all the things that you want to save, not the programs. The programs you have to reinstall on a new computer anyways, and they're easy to install once you have purchased them properly. But the Dropbox, you make a folder. That means that anytime you save a Microsoft Word document, a PDF file, or anything, not only does it get saved on your computer, but it gets saved. And this is, you could say it's like a cloud thing. In fact, if you have the cloud, that's sort of like Dropbox. But Dropbox got some other nice features that I've always liked over the years. I literally can end up drop a computer, and if I was in a presentation ready to go in front of 100 people, I could literally get somebody else's computer, log into Dropbox, and pull up the file, the PowerPoint presentation that I'm talking to you on now, and I can pull it right up and continue right on without a moment's notice. In other words, within 5 minutes. That's how wonderful this Dropbox is. Now, these other programs, if you have regular keystrokes that you have to perform, if you're going into Kijiji and sending everybody a message and say, please give me a call, please give me a call, please, you can get a little macro that just goes alt bingo and something, and then it types everything in for you. Magic Jack, Skype. I use WhatsApp a lot with family because sometimes in a crowd you can't hear phones ring, but you want to check to see how your family's doing. Or I might go one way shopping and a wife goes another way shopping. You can talk back and forth. I haven't used it as much for business, although there's more and more applications for business that are going on. But a lot of these things are absolutely free. We talk worldwide. You can do it with pictures. And so you know, my wife happened to be in Portugal. We can just actually text back and forth anytime we want, and it's basically instant. And the nice thing about it is you can tell whether that person got the message on their phone, so at least you know it got through to the phone. And then once they read it, it turns a different color, so you know that they've actually read the message. And that's important because sometimes they don't have to respond, but you want to make sure that they got the message. So WhatsApp is just one of the greatest things in the world that you could possibly want to have, I think, on as an app on your phone. All right, let's continue on here. Just one moment. Okay, we've actually got more and more people that are even joining as we're speaking. And the nice thing about it, if you miss what's going on today, you'll get a copy of it by email afterwards. But I'm also going to recommend that you register for the next one because each one is a little bit different that we're putting on from time to time. Instagram, maybe more of you can talk to me about Instagram. I know our family, some of it's using it more than I do. I don't use it that much, but I'd love to hear from you if you're using it for real estate and if it's helped you do a deal or reinforce how you do business. That's great. Inman.com apps, just a great spot to go. Inman is a program service in the world that reports on real estate brokers and salespeople. I call it the belly to belly in the marketplace. All the trials, the tribulations, the good, the bad, and the ugly. It's covered by Inman. I would subscribe to that service a minimum for 1 year. And once you do it, you're going to want it all the time because it's in-depth reporting on Mr. Inman and Brad and all the people there. They go and interview people, interview brokers. I wish we had the resources to do that. I'd like to send them out to your marketplace and to talk to each of you how you're doing deals and then report it back and share it with everyone from a professional point of view. It's absolutely wonderful. So I'm recommending everyone consider going to that. Find your iPhone. If you don't have that on your phone, you're missing out. If you ever lose your phone, you can find your phone. Somebody steals it, you can find it. Don't chase after the phone. Whatever you do, people have actually found the robber, and then you know, you can end up getting into trouble confronting the people. Don't get into that kind of situation, but you can at least find it. In one case, some people called the police and they tracked the phone down, and they went into the apartment, and the guy had thrown the phone out the window, but just so happened somebody was out there waiting for the phone to get thrown out. Sure enough, they did it, and they caught the fella. So, you know, finding the iPhone, I've used it once when I actually dropped it in a hallway of all things coming up from the car, and I found it was still in the building, and then I went to the superintendent. She says, "You looking for this?" You know, so she said they kind of knew. Speedtest.net, whatever you do, don't click on anything when you go to speedtest.net except the little triangle in the middle. This can measure the speed on your computer, and if you have anything less than 0.8 megabyte, if you want to write, you can write this down: 0.8 megabytes upload speed or 5 megabytes download speed, you have an issue right now. And I work with hundreds of brokers daily. I'm working with brokers, and we'll do a little speed test. If your computer is slow, you are wasting money, you're wasting time. And my personal computer happens to be, I think it's 10 megabytes upload and a 40 megabyte download, which is great. I can just fly along the internet. You press a button, things come up real fast. But they're going to say, optimize your computer, optimize this, optimize that. Don't click on any of those other things. You end up with a bunch of pop-up stuff. But the speed test on net is used by a lot of technical people to measure the speed of three things: the internet connection, the router, and your computer. If your computer is over 3 or 4 years old, then you got to get a new one. And they're so cheap nowadays, you got to go and get one. And literally these computers can take a man to the moon, so you don't have to get the absolute super fantastic, the best. If you just get a regular one, it can take you right to the moon. And so we actually buy now. I start buying special reconditioned ones for as little as $300 for a beautiful laptop that's an i7. It's beautiful, and all of these computers, why buy the top, the biggest and the best? Because within 2-3 years it's already outdated, you know, so you gotta have to buy another one anyway. So we have workstations here, so that's why we're picking up these ones. See the apps in ISeeAWorld. We do have a resource center where you can see them for members on ISeeAWorld. We've got a list of apps there. Snipping tools in Windows to take pictures of things. Just type, when you go to the Windows screen of all the Windows there, just type in the word snip, and you can actually snip anything that's on your screen and save it as a JPEG file or an image file, and you can use it to, you can even, I wonder if you could do it right now. I don't know if I'd have to kind of get out of this. Let me see if I can do it. Okay, if I go here and I type in snip, there's the snipping tool right there, and so I could actually, where did it go here? Hang on. Yeah, there it goes. So if I wanted to copy that, you'll see that I can actually, you know, save things on the computer. Anyways, I'm not going to go on and explain that. Just to let you know about these things is what we're all about here today. Snagit, absolutely a fabulous tool. You can use it when you're making your PDF files of properties and all kinds of things. You can actually copy images and really make your documents look fabulous. 88 things, Google. Let me see, what's that all about? I forget. Do more with Google, share your Chromecast with friends. So there's it's called get.google.com tips, and there's a whole bunch of tips there from Google. Again, this session today has to be done in such a way that we can get through it all. And if I was to stop on one thing and explain it, we could take an hour on just one thing. I'm here to just give you highlights on everything, and then just let you go ahead and explore it there all on your own time. Today's session is an overview of 20 years being on the internet for real estate brokers and salespeople, and we've also been a broker ourselves for over 40 years. But the last 20, since 1994 actually, we've been on the internet. We just dedicated ourselves to being on the internet and put all our heart, mind, and soul, body, resources, and everything into one thing, and that is to build this tool for all licensed real estate brokers in the world. And what inspired us was all the successes of the brokers that started making good use of it, and we're very excited about that, carrying it forward. Real estate and other apps, again, we're kind of getting bogged down in a lot of these apps, so I'm just going to let you see that right off the bat. I'm not going to go into them. There's also top commercial real estate apps that a lot of the CCIMs are using. Stands for Certified Commercial Investment Member. We recommend that you go to ccim.com. You can write that down. Every single broker, residential, commercial, should take the minimum of CI 101. It will take the mystery out of commercial real estate. You will learn the money tree. You will learn the before and after tax consequences of investing in any income producing real estate. I don't care if it's by somebody buying 3 condos, a duplex, triplex, a 20-unit building, a 100-unit apartment building, a $10 million shopping center or regional shopping centers, $50 million and up. You will be able to understand how those how real estate makes money, but more importantly, you're going to be able to demonstrate to doctors, lawyers, people of financial wealth how they can be investing in real estate. And that's what it's all about. Instead of just having one home that you sell to one family every 5 years, which is wonderful, you can actually have an investor that works directly with you, and you can sell 2-3 properties a year for the next 5 years, have 15 properties sold in 5 years to one investor, because you're able to give them some advice and some help in analyzing properties. And you can learn that all by taking CI 101 from the course. Now, there's different chapters in North America. Every city, no matter in what state or province you're in, there's chapters that you can belong to. The Canadian chapter happens to be, and you can mark this down, ccimcanada.com. www.ccimcanada.com. And I happen to be the membership chairman for the chapter. And we invite you to come out to our meetings. The next one we're having is at the CoStar offices on October the 12th. But if you're listening to this in the future, just go to ccimcanada.com to see the upcoming events. And you can go to ccim.com and then try to find the chapter that's in your area. And no matter whether you're in California or, you know, just you name it, Maine, it doesn't matter, Florida, Texas, there's chapters all over the United States and Canada. In fact, it's in many, many countries of the world, and it's the language of commercial real estate around the world. Nothing but the best of education. People, when you learn about it, you will agree it's literally the PhD of commercial real estate education in the world today. Saving keystrokes for the rest of your life. I'll just kind of point this out. There's your favorites bar. We're recommending you put your top 10 favorites on your favorites bar. If I was to click on that right there, you're going to see how I put the favorites right on the favorites bar. So if I want to go to Google, I can click on Google. If I want to go to Facebook, I click on Facebook because I've already got it on my favorites bar. We're recommending you put the top 10 favorite icons that you visit every single day or every week. You put them on this favorites bar. If you don't visit it every week, then just put them in your favorites up here. Just click on favorites and put them in your favorites. So if I want to give a demonstration of any of these websites, which are all RE/MAX websites, I could actually open them all at a shot, or I can just click on one of these and demonstrate a website. And I did some seminars recently at RE/MAX, Century 21, all the major companies. We do seminars at them all. And then for Trev, for instance, if you want to log into your account, you just click on that. And you'll notice that I'm just clicking on these one time. I'm not typing them in. I do not type in a website that you visit on a regular basis. Okay, all you do is you just simply click on them. And then that way they pop right up on the screen. And then if you want to add a message, you can kind of do that real nice, fast, quick, and easy. And so these are some of the tools that we're using to help people in the industry. The social media tools are very important to help you promote not just your business, but it's also, to contribute to the industry, because people like to see everyone contribute to the industry, that kind of thing. And we're actually kind of doing that as well. And some of these articles are also going to get shown up on our newspaper. And I'd like to show you the newspaper, and I think every one of you should subscribe to it because it's a world newspaper. If you go to our main website, ISeeAWorld.com, go right down to the bottom, you'll see this little thing here. It's not really an RSS reader. It's really our Paperly. I've kind of used it for that. But you're going to see the Market ISeeAWorld Commercial and Residential Real Estate News, and you'll see different things coming up here. But I'm recommending that you click on Business. And when you click on Business, I've designed it to be of interest to every single one of you. And you're going to see articles coming up. By the way, this is an article that we have in REM Magazine that we helped set up because this is our chapter. And if you click on that, it'll talk to you about the REM. This is a real estate magazine that goes to approximately 75 or 100,000 brokers in Canada, actually, in this particular case. So subscribe to the newspaper when you have a chance, and I'm just going to kind of move on. And we've shown you how to get your stuff on your favorites bar. If you don't know how to do it, try to figure it out. And if you need help from us, we can kind of help you do that as well. Okay, security on the internet, nothing. Well, I never ever want to do a seminar without covering some security issues that are going on the internet. And as you and I know, there's all kinds of security issues going on, right from Hillary Clinton all the way on down. Those are just things that can happen, and if you're not prepared for them, and a lot of people are learning how to do this stuff. So we have a section on the internet. If you go to ISeeAWorld.com/ and the word security, you can learn. I could actually do a full day presentation on all security issues that are going on the internet, about how you should be designing your own passwords. And we have password tests where you can go in and fictitiously sort of design passwords for yourself. And you can learn how to design a password that makes it so hard to get into, but it's got to be easy for you to remember. That's the issue. You got to remember it. So you can learn how to come up with, the name of a movie, but make some capital letters and put in a number and put in some of those funny squiggly lines and dashes and dollar signs and all that kind of stuff and percent signs. But to make a good password, and that just simply makes it harder for the person to try to maybe go someplace else to steal your money. But that's what they're trying to do. These fraud artists and these people that are on the internet, they're all trying to steal your money, and they're getting smarter and smarter and smarter. They're not going away. And there's been billions of dollars. You will read about it in the security on ISeeAWorld. In fact, I'll just click on that right now. It's so important. Let me see, Microsoft PowerPoint. Let's just restarting PowerPoint. That's cool. Let's let it kind of work. And let me go back here. There's the password test right there when you get to it. So really all you have to write down is ISeeAWorld.com/security. Okay, and then there's a password test. Now, I'm not going to tell you what phishing is, but if you don't know what phishing is, it's almost like on a computer not knowing what a stop sign is driving a car. You must learn what phishing is. Like I'm telling you, there's some very serious issues on with the internet. And that's another reason why people should use realtors, because you're learning. You've taken the time out to kind of learn all these cutting edge techniques and things that are going on the internet so that you can protect people. And you can talk about, you know, all of these kinds of things that are going on the internet. People are losing a lot of money. Cyber criminals hack into 2,500 companies. There's 2,000 and there's 1,000 Canadians a month, for instance, are losing. They lost $5.2 million. So you can see that there's a lot of issues still going on to this day, and you probably have you know, samples yourselves of what's going on. And this particular page will illuminate what's going on bad on the internet so that you can protect yourselves and make the internet work for the good. You know, it's too bad that a lot of these scammers don't learn legitimate ways to make money, because some of them are pretty sharp. If they could just do it in a legitimate fashion, they could end up making money as well. Okay, let's move on. Okay, let me just skip through this. I'm catching up because it reopened. Oopsie daisy, I accidentally clicked on that one thing there. Oh, by the way, there's our mobile website. Just so happens you can click on commercial keywords, and then you get this widget which comes up on everybody's phone. You can pick a keyword for hotels, motels, gas stations, anything at all. You can pick your own city that you want to search, and then you can choose a have or a want whenever you want to. We do not delete listings for 5 years, so it's up to you to choose how far back you wish to search. Even the listings that are any age, even 3 years ago, the buildings are still there, the people are still there, the contacts are still there. Circumstances have changed. They might even be better today. And the second thing is, if you develop a good business relationship, and this is part of networking now, you develop a good business relationship with somebody that had something from some years ago, they might still be dealing in the same kind of properties and know about other properties that are not on ISeeAWorld. And if you have a good relationship with them, they might even call you back 2 weeks later and say, listen, I just came into something. So in other words, you need to develop good business relationships with everyone that's on the service, and then you can come down here. In this case, I'm just going to search everything by price and click on search database, and you'll get a flavor of what's kind of coming in here. And you'll see things all kind of sorted by price, and then if you just want to click on one of these, you click on it, and there's a business for sale. And again, you'll see control open listing, because 75% of the information on ISeeAWorld is exclusive, not on real estate boards. It's a growing phenomena that we finally were able to have one major service in the world where you could put all your exclusive information. It's getting known for that. And it's literally a national database of exclusive real estate information. 75% of it is exclusive. The other 25% brokers are advertising their MLS listings. That's wonderful. And in the case of residential, if you want to choose residential, you come down here, choose residential, and you can search residential. And if you do, you'll see that these are all basically homes, 4-bedroom home, washroom, etc. So you can search homes, and you can zero in on cities. You can do all kinds of sophisticated things. And if you have your own keyword, you can type your own keyword in here. Anything at all, whether it's a city. If you want the properties in Scarborough, you can just click on search, and all of these properties in Scarborough pop up. It's that fast. So the search tool, everyone should learn how to use it within 15 seconds to find anything. If not, you need a little practice, and then when you get some practice, you'll be able to do that all nicely from here. In the future, you can always, from your phone, standing in line at Tim Hortons or a donut shop, and you can just click on events, and when you do, you'll see that the events come up, and you can just register for these events right from your handheld phone. So everything can be done from your phone in terms of searching on the internet. Okay, let's move on. Get past all of these things here. Okay, cell phones, I've got mine off. Actually, Okay, real estate broker. We have various, several instructors, and if any of you listening today would like to be an instructor to actually conduct this in your area, it's a 2-hour presentation. We have a little per diem that we offer each instructor to go ahead and carry it. We give you the PowerPoint, and most offices now are set up with a data display projector and a screen, and you can actually go through it. Gary has been a nice contributor to our service over the years. He's now retired. There's my personal information, so that you can see where we're coming from. We literally built a service of a real estate broker's point of view. I've operated franchises and real estate offices as an independent, work for other offices as well. And what we find is there's a lot of expenses in an office. Every time you turn around, you're getting hit left, right, and center for something. And we tried to build an advertising service where you can advertise all year long. Absolutely. Let me rephrase it this way. If I said that you could advertise in the newspapers of the world absolutely for free, would you? If the answer is yes, then you definitely should be on ISeeAWorld, because for as little as $319, and if any of you have never had this special, you can use the coupon SAVE25 by going to ISeeAWorld.com and joining. And you can join it for literally, it works out to about $240 if you're a first-time person ever listening to this and never had this special before. $240 for the whole year. Unlimited ads all year long. Change them as much as you want. 20,000 people receive things by email the moment it's added, and we've got, you can read about the circulation on all that stuff another time. The point is that all of this information has been built, the service has been built as a content provider, which is different from other services, and you can add the content to your own website. But so where we're coming from is from a broker's point of view to make money in an office. It's not like an advertising service trying to apply it. It's actually coming from a broker's point of view. How can we benefit both our customers and ourselves from the powers of the internet? And that's what we've done. Now, the LinkedIn, the Facebooks, the Twitters, and all these other things, every one of you should have this. And LinkedIn, for instance, is nothing more than your business card. It can be much more than that, but it's basic. People that don't have it, we're recommending that's the first thing you should get, because real estate people are using LinkedIn big time. It's like your business card on the internet. And every one of you have designations. Every one of you belong to either the Canadian Real Estate Association, the National Association of Realtors. You belong to local state associations, or the Ontario Real Estate Association, and your local real estate board, such as the Toronto Real Estate Board or Orange County Real Estate Board. All of these various real estate associations you belong to, they all have codes of ethics, codes of conduct. All of those should be highlighted in your LinkedIn profile. Let people know that you're a qualified person. You've been in the business for a while. It shows history, track records, and you wouldn't be there after 5 years if you've been, defrauding people and doing all kinds of things. And keep in mind that the rest of the world, sometimes people give money, it goes into escrow, they never even see it again. But in the case of real estate people, there's even insurance now in various bodies that protect all of these kinds of things happening in the industry, and people will have an element of confidence and integrity to work with you if you have, and you can initially show that to them. And when you think about it, there's anywhere from 300,000 to millions of people that are immigrating into countries nowadays. If they don't know you, they can go, and a lot of these people, they're sharp on the computer. There's now more mobile phones in the world than there are people in the world. There's more than 7 and 8 billion phones in the world where people can get on the internet. I think the average use of the internet is about 3.5 billion. So they can go and search all of these things in the Facebooks and see you and see what you're doing and become familiar. And if you're doing fundraisers, this is wonderful. Share people these things. And all of these things should have links to your website, which is contributing to promoting traffic to your website. So always keep that in mind, to let people know that you have a website of real estate. And when you listen to our how to promote your website, and you can tell them you've got MLS listing, you got exclusive, you got residential, you got commercial. Even residential people should have commercial, because you can trigger a lead and do a referral. If you don't have it, you just missed out on making money, just like that, just by simply adding it as a link. If people are not interested, they just won't click on it. Now, if you have a website that has a picture of a residential home, it makes your website look residential. If you have a picture of a commercial building, makes your website look commercial. So those are some of the tools, and I'm recommending that everyone take the CI 101, and then that way you can learn about the before and after tax consequences of investing in any income producing real estate, and it can help your people invest in real estate. 90% of the millionaires in the world, they made it in real estate. So you've got a lot of customers. Every one of you has from 100 to 500 people at a wedding when you go to attend it. Every one of those customers should have your mobile website on their phone. And then every one of them, if you learn how to help them invest in real estate by having just some tools behind you, you can be doing more deals as a result. And in your later years, this is wonderful to have people come to you to invest, get advice on investing. And if you ever do end up getting the designation or close to it, people will actually search you out, and they might not even want to buy an investment property without having you involved, because you're going to show them the pitfalls of this, that, and the other thing. You can compare relative investments with other things too, and how you can be creative and all that good stuff. Other instructor lineups, we're inviting you to give us a call, so that if we have various seminars going on in different parts of the world, we can call on you to maybe go and do the presentation in that particular area. It's a 2-hour presentation, and you'd be driving to the site and then having the PowerPoint, shooting it up on the screen and conducting it. And how we get you started is maybe attending one with us, maybe one, we say 3 times, but I'll tell you the truth, with each of these people, they were able to get up within 1 or 2 times and start doing it very, very nicely. So there's a lot of wonderful people that are willing to kind of do instructions in offices. We serve anyone who has a real estate office, real estate salespeople, real estate brokers in the industry. All of these tools are compatible with all the tools that are at your office, and so we're inviting you all to kind of give us a call and get started. Now, we're also setting up something special called the search matrix for each office that offices are just learning about now, and I'm going to show you what that is and how it can make you money. We have something special on our, let me go back. This is ISeeAWorld.com. I'm clicking on search. Pardon me if I went a little bit fast there. But I'm going to go down the page to the second half of the page, and you're going to see these various logos here. Now, what we have built, and I'll just take the first one, is something special called a search matrix. We've made it so that all the Royal LePage agents, and if you want to see who they are, I can click on members here. You can see the members of all Royal LePage members. So that if you can see that a broker here, for instance, if you call them, there's their company name and there's their information. And as you kind of go down and see all of this information, you'll see that their homepage is right there. So if I was to click on, let's say, the homepage for this particular broker at Royal LePage, bingo, it immediately links to his website. Okay? Isn't that wonderful? What our clients are saying and that kind of thing. So this links right to your website. This is part of lead generation, people, what we're showing you here today. If I clicked on this one right here, website not found. So that is an issue. People are sometimes wondering why they're not making any money from the internet. That's one of the reasons why. Okay, so you can see that some people don't have some of these things working. Let me click on this one here. There's another home search, and then you'll see they've got commercial on here. Now, what I'm going to show you is, let's just take this one right here, for instance. There's another one where it links to, these are all Royal LePage agents that are on here. If you click on property listings, commercial MLS search throughout all of Canada, MLS search, they've even got a LoopNet. I'm going to click on the exclusives for sale, and you'll see exclusive properties coming up here. And we go down here. Now, I don't know where they've got the widgets. Now, they don't even have the widgets from ISeeAWorld on this website. That's because I think you just got this website, and it doesn't seem to have it. But let me just give you an example of another one who's a Royal LePage agent as well. I'll just take you right here in the essence of time. And in fact, I'll cover this right now, and then we'll actually going into winding down the rest of the service with one major thing out of work, exclusive information that's coming up here momentarily. But I wanted to show you the power of what you can be doing on your website. This is a sample website. Now, I'm not worried about the design of the website. These websites, by the way, are $16.50 from ISeeAWorld. Basically, it's free for 1 month. And then it's $1.99 per year if you want to keep it after 30 days. However, if you divide the $1.99 by 12, that's where we get the $16.50. So it's a nice looking website. I'm going to highlight, I recommend every one of you, every broker in the world, salespeople, should have residential and a commercial button if you like that idea. And under residential, people want residential, they search residential. And then if they want, they can search your local real estate board, and we install the IDX link from your board for you. That's all included in your membership. The design of the website is included in your membership. All the strategy of the website, the hosting is what is the $199, but the design, you don't have to call a designer to design everything on your website, because we can actually do it with you. And then there's residential exclusives. This is coming from ISeeAWorld. So if somebody clicks on, say, Toronto, for instance, in this particular case, and then if somebody wants one of these listings right here, this detached two-story for $2 million, they cannot click on these numbers. They cannot click on them. That means that in this particular case, they would actually have to call Nadia. And then when they do that, they say, Nadia, can you help me? I'm interested in this message number 344131. Can you help me? And she's going to say, yes, I can help you. And she has two choices. She can actually say, I will have someone call you back. And then she could call the broker that's got this particular property and say, I have a lead for you. Is a 25% referral commission okay with you? Or she could get the information on this property, make an appointment, and go show it herself. Now, if the commission is $120,000, which it could easily be, it could be $60,000 to the listing broker, $60,000 to the selling broker. That's possible. It might be less. But if she referred it, she'd make 25% of the $60,000, which in this case would be about $15,000. If it's less, it could be $5,000 to $10,000. It depends on what the commission is. Everyone is different. Now, for this will trigger a lead if you have this on your website. So we're recommending that you have residential on your website. And in this case, these people are all in the Ontario market, so there's cities all over. And so if people are interested in another city, they simply click on it. If it happens to be, maybe in Brampton or something, there's all the properties that come up immediately, and you'll see that there's properties coming for sale. You can't do this on a real estate board, right? Coming for sale. So these are the kind of things. This might be coming for sale in another 1, 2, or 3 months. You could put it on here. Now, how do you handle something like that? Well, we're going to cover that in a moment, but I'll cover it briefly right now for you. You tell the people that this property is coming for sale, and I have to put an agreement in place first. But if it's okay with you, I'll put your name on a list. And once I get the agreement signed, I'll give you a call. And if you're still looking, you can be one of the first people through the property. How does that sound? So that's the kind of thing you can do with information that you can't do unless you have a signed listing on a real estate board. Coming soon. There's another one. These can be triggering leads for you. And so these are from other brokers who have agreed to allow them to be on your website. That's residential. And then you can click on the My Haves and Wants. In this case, these are her particular listings, and she's got 3. We are recommending that every single member have a minimum of 15 opportunities. Why? You learn how to work exclusive information, and I'll be showing you that in a moment. Under the commercial side of it, I'm going to click on the World Commercial right off the bat. Every single broker in the world should have this widget. Every broker in the world should have this widget. Why? Because now you can search every area of the world. Look at that. If somebody's interested theoretically in the Caribbean, you can actually search it on ISeeAWorld. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to choose the Have Want age. And I'm just going to use any age here for the moment. And I'm going to go down and search the database. And when I click on it, these properties come up in the Caribbean. Isn't that neat? Now, if somebody's interested in this one in Costa Rica and they try to click on it, they cannot do it. They'll mark this number down and they'll actually send an email to Nadia one of these days. And how do they send an email to Nadia? They simply click on her email. And her email's not working. So that's another good thing that I found out, that I can call Nadia. In fact, I'm going to mark it down, call Nadia, RE email. And that's how this is all cutting edge technology, people. And we're finding things out as we go on the fly. This is cutting edge technology, realtors with technology. It's got to work though. You got to kind of get it working. And if you wonder why you're not getting emails or doing deals, it could be, we call this, by the way, a material defect. It could actually be the difference of doing deals and not doing deals. And then if you're in a state or province, and we have states and provinces, in this case she's in Ontario, we'll actually have a button made for Ontario where you can search any city in Ontario, and you can also do a keyword search for anything in Ontario. And if somebody's interested in, in a hotel, a motel, a gas station, a fast food place, or a restaurant, you click on it and bingo, you'll see how fast the information kind of comes up on the screen. And so in other words, you're very well connected when you have this information, and this demonstrates how well connected you are to all the people in the marketplace. Now we're going to take a short break here for about 2 minutes, and we're going to stop the recording, and we're going to be right back, and we're going to be continuing on in about 2 minutes. But just let me continue on here, get this particular session back, and I'm going to take a short break of 2 minutes. Now during the 2-minute break, I'm going to actually open up something else to make it interesting for everyone here. Let me see, go down to presentations here. One moment. Presentations, and I'm going to leave this on the screen. It'll be a running presentation while we take the 2 minutes here. Hold on. Let me just open this up, and I think there's where's the running presentation here? There should be one slideshow presentation running. Maybe I got them in the wrong order. Hang on 1 second. Lasting powers, yeah, running presentation. Yeah. Oh. There we go. Okay, let me try it this way. Presentation. There we go. Websites with pointers. Okay, that's what I wanted to do. And there should be, check the date, modified there. There, manual. Oh, there it is there. Okay, I'm just going to leave it on here for a moment and be back in about 3 minutes, people. So if you need to take a short break, you're welcome to, and I shall be right back. Okay, we're coming back here. Make sure the audio is working. Let me double check that. Testing, 1, 2, 3. Okay, seems to be working fine, and we're going to continue on. Here we go. Thank you for your patience. I appreciate that. Okay, let's continue on. Now, in real estate, this is very exciting. When you can have, of all the industries that are on the internet, the highest return on investment of any industry on the internet, really, it's for real estate. Why? Because one lead can make you thousands of dollars. And you can be doing business not just in Ontario for the Ontario people, but around the world. So it doesn't matter what state or province you were in. On ISeeAWorld, it's an information listing service, not a real estate board service. And what that means is that you can be networking information worldwide, not just a listing on a real estate board worldwide. Now, this is the second to last button way down here at the very, very bottom. You'll see that it says 9% are sold without an agent. That means that 91% are sold with an agent. And so that means realtors are the ones that are selling all the FSBOs in the world. FSBOs are one of the biggest ways that you can now make money with 3 special questions. And get ready with your cameras to take a picture of what I'm about to show you in a moment. Now, as a quick overview, there's 30,000 haves and wants that are on ISeeAWorld, and this is part of the little commercial that in return for me doing this for you absolutely free, presenting this and preparing all this and learning how to do it all, and you know, we're getting GoToMeeting, which we pay several $1,000s a year because we can have up to 1,000 people attending, all this kind of stuff. In return, in consideration for us teaching you all this stuff, if it's okay with you, I'd like to do just a short little commercial on our service, and this is a little bit part of it, but it's to help you understand where this real estate brokerage service that's been building for 20 years is just sort of catching on now. Why? Because the mobile apps, it's just fabulous. You can be networking haves and want information on your phone, no matter where you are in the world, and connecting in with everybody. And I don't know another service doing it quite nice is like we have. There just isn't any. This is the most unique service in the world. It's not a listing service like a real estate board. It's more really like classified ads in a newspaper, but only the real estate brokers and salespeople can join the service, and it's free for the public. Now, the public can post information free on ISeeAWorld, but only the broker members can see it. So that's a big difference. And the reason you want to be a member is because you want to get your haves and wants out there. You don't want to keep them a secret. You want to advertise and market and network with the world. You don't know who's out there reading this stuff. There's all kinds of people. Now, one of the nice things why people should choose you to work with them to sell their property is because you have the ability to qualify people. You know how to separate the tire kickers, the curiosity seekers, the fraud artists, anybody that's out there that could waste your time or cause problems. That's why people want to hire you, to protect them, to look after things. And so people, when you study and get your license, you learn about, in the case of Ontario, FSCO, the Financial Services Commission of Ontario, all these kinds of things, amounts of money in addition, in excess of $10,000. Where did it come from? We're tracking all that stuff down because the government wants to search this stuff out and make sure that they protect the public. So all of these rules and regulations, everything that you learn, it's to protect the public and identify these people and kind of weed them out so that when a sale goes through in real estate with one of you, people know that they can have it go through confidently and you can solve any issues and prevent them from having serious problems. Now, 75% of the information on ISeeAWorld is actually exclusive and it's not on real estate boards. This is true now for commercial. In residential, it's closer to 50%. Properties coming for sale, for instance, are part of the exclusive information. FSBOs, you can be advertising FSBOs here. I'm going to show you how to do it momentarily. Get ready with your cameras. Assignments, for instance, that are coming for sale, construction of a condo 2-3 years down the road, and all of a sudden you get transferred to another city. You might have to sell it. Those kinds of things are happening. And, you know, some of our instructors have called them postings as well. How we help you is with 2 major databases. The member database, when you're a member, that's it. You get unlimited ads for the whole year, as much as you want. There's a public database where the public should advertise their properties. We've had it as much as $25 million portfolio sold one time out of a $40 million portfolio sold from that database that they posted in our database number 2. And little sixplexes have been sold right from there. Buyers are getting from there. You got to check what's in public database number 2. It's amazing. We actually have members that still don't know about these databases. We offer all this information. You know, We're like a doctor's office. If you have a problem, you go to the doctor. The doctor doesn't seem to come to you all the time. You have to sort of go to the doctor. And we have a special pledge. If you're not making money every 90 days, you should call us. We're like the doctor of the internet for these kind of tools that you see going on here. But if we don't know you're not making money, we can't help you. You got to give us a call, book a little 30-minute appointment, have a cup of coffee. Before you're finished, that cup of coffee, you and we will be done. And you will be all of a sudden fix any problems that there were so that you can be in a position where you're planting the good seeds on the internet to trigger leads for yourself. If you don't have the line in the water to catch a fish, you have no chance for marketing real estate. But if you have your lines in the water, and I'm recommending each and every one of you have a minimum of 15. If you don't know how to get there, I'm about to show you. Haves are the properties for sale and for lease. Wants are what people are looking to buy. We have the largest collection of buyers looking for properties on ISeeAWorld. And you can show that when you go on a listing presentation. Show them the list of buyers that you have. It's going to demonstrate how well connected you are in the marketplace. Sometimes family members don't appreciate and respect what you've done to get your license and the connections that you have. This can actually demonstrate to them when you can show these lists of buyers on your own website on their phone and pull up a list of the wants. So we do commercial, we do residential. Residential was added just a few years ago, and it's working marvelously for that as well. Now, we have monthly email subscribers, we have monthly readerships, we have emails that are delivered daily to the industry. We're on the front page advertising as various newspapers. We have 18,000 pages on the internet built since 1994. And you can see we have over 100 countries, people coming in and with 2 million hits a month. We have a very fast server that's serving everything on the internet with backup systems. We've literally been up and running for over 20 years, and we've actually booked our domain name for many years into the future. And it actually can just run, it just continues to run smooth as a baby's bum. And the key thing is the concepts, understanding what's really kind of going on here. But once you understand it, our members, the ones that are just going on making money, you just add and search listings from time to time. That's it. Add a listing from time to time and search from time to time once you know what's going on. There we are in the front page of the Mississauga Real Estate Board doing some advertising on their front page. Brampton Real Estate Board Association doing some advertising there. So you can see now we also exhibit these various realtor shows. This is actually one of our busiest shows. This is our busiest show that we ever do because we make a statement. You can have a $30,000 website and it's not as powerful as the one from ISeeAWorld for literally $16.50 a month or $199 per year, and it's because of the content. It's the content. You can have the prettiest website in the world, but why should anybody call you? We suggest it is the listings that can be the reason people call you, and that's what we are, a content provider to supply listings in a way that you get the calls. On the front page of various magazines and newspapers throughout the thing. So, you know, when we do an ad there, it's like making an ad for you. Because if somebody's looking for a kind of property that you have and they go to ISeeAWorld and they see your listing, they give you a call and you make $30,000 because we advertise right there for you. And there's another sample of, you know, on the front page of newspapers. And of course, we're in all of the Google as well. The widgets, I think we've demonstrated the widgets, property display information. I'm just going to do it. If you want to go on your own time and see these widgets, what you do is you can mark this down, go to ISeeAWorld.com, and for all the broker that are on screen, click on this for members. This page was sort of built to help you to try to understand what's going on here. And time is money. That's where we say, once you remember, you just have to add listings from time to time and search. You're done. That's it. That's all you're going to use ISeeAWorld for. But you have to know it's unlimited ads. You can make sure that the widgets are working on your website. And if I clicked on widgets of exclusive listings for your website, this is where you can order them. You just click on that to order. You click if you want to see samples. You click on that. And then the sample widgets come up, and there's all the different kind of companies that are putting widgets on the website for us. So if I was to choose this one company here, I just picked it out of the blue, Income, for instance. If I clicked on Remax just to see what's going on, this is from a website company called Income. And they built this website for this person here that's called quotemyhouse.ca. And what's happening here, I don't know. But they have an issue. They have an issue. I'm going to close that. Let's try the next one from income, this home life one. Let's see what if that's going to come up. Yep, that comes up nicely. Now, when we click on the menu, you'll see that people can search all different kind of listings on his website, including exclusives. And when we click on exclusives, this is what this particular gentleman did. He built the for sale by owner from ISeeAWorld. And if you click on that, this is what comes up. And if people are interested in, let's say, Ontario or a particular city, maybe Brampton, bingo, these come up. These are all from database number 2 on ISeeAWorld, and he's got it. Now, it's up to Navneet to kind of promote to his people to search this stuff, because sometimes, going through these menus, people might not get to it. You want to make sure that people get to see these listings, because if they see one of these listings, this particular one here, next thing you know, you get the call. This has been placed by the owner of that property. Okay, now let's go down and click on exclusives again. His haves and wants, Ontario, residential haves and wants, and businesses. How fast is it to find a business? There they are. If somebody's looking for a hotel, a motel, a gas station, a donut shop, even power of sales, would you like to have power of sales on your website? Look at that. You can have them. So, it's $319 per year. By the way, sponsorship program, if you sponsor someone else to join, your renewal can be $240. And the new person joining can join at $240 if you recommend someone to join just by mentioning your name. So we're looking to have each and every one of you to help grow the service, because it just helps make the interest in the service really good, and people check it. They go to your phone, they know you're part of a world network, and that you're well connected to buyers and sellers in the marketplace. And we talked about buyers and sellers. The buyers, yeah, if you go onto an appointment, and let's say you're trying to list maybe, I don't know, maybe a little apartment building, just for the sake of argument, and I'm going to click on the wants here. Look at all the buyers. There's over 319 buyers of apartment buildings on here. Isn't that fantastic? Okay, and you can have that on your website. Okay, so those are the kind of things, we call these the widgets, and you can have them working on your website. All right, let's continue. Here's the part coming up now. How to work exclusive information. We're going to be finishing off with this in the next 8 to 9 minutes. This actually is the climax and one of the headlines of substance for this particular seminar right now. This becomes exclusive information, becomes your inventory on the internet. If you do not have inventory on the internet, there's no one's going to call you. But if you have your own exclusive information on the internet, people can call you. A lot of brokers, if somebody says, I want to sell my property, but I don't want to give you a listing, but I will pay you a commission, that is an opportunity. Chances are you're never going to spend, like $10, $20, and $30 a line per day in a newspaper to do that kind of stuff. But on ISeeAWorld, once you have a membership, it's absolutely free. And I was going to say before that if you could advertise on the, in the classified ads of your local newspaper every day absolutely for free for a year, would you? Then you definitely should be a member on ISeeAWorld, because that's really what we are. We're just a classified ad on the internet doing this, but specializing in real estate. And the reason why you might not advertise in a newspaper, because you have no control over that particular listing. So you're going to spend money on somebody that doesn't even list with you. It's not going to happen. But on ISeeAWorld, it's free for you to try to explore those opportunities. The testimonials, I'm not going to go through that again. You've already seen them. There's over 50 pages of testimonials of people doing deals with exclusive real estate. Commercial, residential, and we're going to show you now how to also work the guidelines. Where did this service all start of? It actually started way back in 1992 at a book that I read called Business at the Speed of Thought by Bill Gates. We actually started doing this back in 1992, but when his book came out, it just solidified it when you think about it. Business at the speed of thought. If you can think something in your head and you can write it down, then you can network it through the internet. And this is one thing that we share with Bill Gates. And this can actually help commerce all on every single continent of the world. Yes, you heard me. I'm making tall statements, but we've been thinking about this for so many years, and I'm a broker just like everyone else here, real estate broker, and I'm thinking, boy, can this ever help countries of the world that are not able to get together? They've got a person with money on one side of a country, and there's an opportunity on the other side of the country that would be perfect fit, but they don't get together because they don't know about each other. That's what ISeeAWorld does. It can connect everybody in the world with opportunities so that you can see them at first glance from the comfort of your own home or office computer. The opportunities can be like FSBOs, open listings, exclusive. As if a restaurant owner wants to sell his property but says, listen, I don't want anybody to know, but if you bring in me $300,000, I'll sell my property, but I don't want to give you a listing. They don't want to advertise their listings on a real estate board and let everybody know that the restaurant's for sale. It could actually be bad for business. So there's a lot of reasons why people don't put things on MLS. Sometimes they don't want to tie themselves up. And if you read our blog, you'll see I just went through a course called the CIPS course, Certified International Property Specialist, and this is common throughout the world. And that's why I say there's as much as 10 times information in your everyday marketplace for every single one of you to do business than what you can put on a real estate board. So I'm just hanging everything out here for you to listen to. This is what I've been studying all these years and building for everyone, hoping that people will eventually see it and catch up to what's kind of going on with information in the marketplace, and then try to explore it and do it. And of course it costs money to do this. You got to keep going. I still got to pay the bills and buy groceries, all that stuff. So that's the reason for the $3.19. Someday if it gets so big and there's too much money being made, somebody's going to do it cheaper, so we'll have to compete. So there'll always be checks and balances someday on how much it's being charged per month. But right now we're doing it this way so that we don't have advertising. Nothing I could stand more is advertising that's popping in your face, and you got to try to click on it, and it pops up someplace else, and it slides across the screen, and then it comes sliding back, and all kinds of these messages. It drives me crazy. I don't want any of that. It's a nice, clean service. When you click on shopping centers or residential, boom, the information comes up, but you don't get clouded with tons and tons of advertising. So if you feel that that's worth it to pay $3.19 instead of having a free service, that's going to be the choice someday. You can have free services, but there'll be tons of advertising because it's got to keep going. Televisions are popping in your face. You go listen to CNN, about every 30 seconds and every 2 minutes there's an ad coming on in your face. Why? Because they got to keep going. And so $3.19 is the price to kind of keep everything going, but it's an investment because you should be triggering leads and doing deals. And if you're not doing a deal every 3 months, I want to hear from you. You call us, call ISeeAWorld, call Gary, and whoever is Lorraine, other people that we've got working here to help you and say, do you have the widgets really working? Are you promoting your website? Do you have 15 opportunities on here? Are they less than 90 days old? Because if they're not even showing up on the apps. They got to be less than 90 days old. Everybody wants current, accurate, up-to-date, today's information, seconds old, 1 hour old. Properties in Toronto are sold within 1 day. That's why being on ISeeAWorld is important, because we have something called properties coming for sale before they're listed. So if they're coming for sale on that Tuesday, you can have an offer ready, raring to go. That's the kind of opportunities that are being created through ISeeAWorld that are not being done on a real estate board. Once it's on a real estate board, then bingo, everybody's got a shot at it, and you got to race like crazy. Sometimes you're going to get a jump on the market. People don't want to sell their properties quietly. They don't want the interior belongings of all their goods being plastered all over the internet. They want to do it in an exclusive fashion and more refined fashion. Those are the kind of things that you can do with ISeeAWorld. You advertise it to the world. Somebody can call you. You can qualify the people, establish a good business relationship, and kind of go from there. Here it is. There's where I would get the camera. This is the essence of what we're doing here today. And we're about to finish in a few minutes here. But this is what it's all about. This is how each and every one of you can get 15 of your own opportunities to advertise on ISeeAWorld. You ask the person, whoever says, I don't want to give you a listing, but I will pay you a commission. There's all kinds of FSBO services out there. And they're all trying to go on the internet and try to advertise, but they do not have the networks that you have. When you're with ISeeAWorld, you have this major world network. When you have one of our websites, there's a major network with that. Then you have your own MLS network. So there's major world networks that you have that they don't have. They're trying to sell an individual property on maybe Kijiji or something, and they're getting all kinds of people calling them, and there's a lot of curiosity seekers, time wasters, and fraud artists, and all kinds of things going on out there where you can be protecting them and also providing more exposure in the marketplace. When you put something on ISeeAWorld, it goes 20,000 emails goes out immediately within 24 hours. It gives you an immediate feedback. Is there people there for it right away? And then over the next 2, 3, 4 days, as people open their emails, you get feedback. It's also on the internet where we get like between 40 and 50,000 IP addresses unique per month, over 2 million hits a month coming through, checking all this stuff. So the moment you put it on, it's instantly available, and you can agree to allow it to be on 2,000 other brokers' websites instantly when you advertise something, so you can actually be getting a lot of action because of the network and not just an individual pasting one ad on the internet someplace. Every question has 2 parts. If you miss one part, you won't make it. Some brokers did not make money on our service, and we had quite a few brokers didn't make money on our service until I found out what was the problem. And I couldn't believe it that some people weren't making money. So I asked them, did you learn the 3 questions? They said, yeah. I says, well, what's the first question? And I says, well, I asked the people, will you pay me a commission? And I asked them for a 48-hour exclusive listing. That's not the question. They've already said, no, I don't want to give you a listing. So the question should have been, will you give me a 48-hour exclusive listing to show the property once I have a buyer? That's a totally different thing. Once I have a buyer, would you sign a 48-hour exclusive listing? If I bring you a buyer and it's satisfactory to you, would you pay me a commission? And then the third question, may I advertise your property, but I'd like to do it without disclosing the address. If you ask somebody to advertise the restaurant, they're going to say no. And that's what some brokers were asking. So look, this is an educational service. This is education right here in front of everybody to learn 3 simple questions. And if you don't use both parts of each question, you can miss getting a yes, yes, yes. And then you say, ISeeAWorld doesn't work. All these systems don't work. When really you didn't learn them all in the first place. Now, I have to concede, when we first used to teach this, we didn't make it as clear as what we're doing. It was clear to us, but not to everyone. That's why we're putting them in different colors. Our websites are color-coded for training purposes. So if theoretically, I happen to be in a convention and somebody calls me in a hotel room or something while I'm at the convention, I can tell them what to do on our services because of the color coding and the way we've got the internet all arranged for teaching purposes. Eventually, we might only have 2 things on the internet, adding a listing and searching listings. That's it. You're not going to see anything else on the internet, and then it's going to say for members, and everything else is going to be covered over. You have to log in to see everything else that we've got on the internet. So that's the way we're thinking of going, and so right now everything's on the internet for everybody to see. Now, one of the reasons that you have to be careful what you do with information is because of various licensing provisions of different state and provincial bodies. In the case of Ontario, and I'll use that as an example, it's called RECO, which stands for the Real Estate Council of Ontario. And they have different mandates. They have rules, regulations. They have a Business Brokers Act. All of these things apply to real estate people who are licensed to trade in real estate that they're registered for. And one of the guidelines, codes of conduct, is a registrant shall not include anything in an advertisement that could reasonably be used to, and the key word is identify. So if you're going to identify a specific piece of real estate, the owner of the real estate must consent in writing. Now, you've got lots of legal issues. Every day you go out there and you deal on a deal, the agreements you got to get signed, all the clauses in a legal contract, the listing forms, the signing up mandates to work with people. All these kinds of things are all legal things. This is one simple legal thing. If you're going to advertise a property and you're going to identify the property, you must have the consent of the owner in writing. You must have a listing agreement. But if you do not identify the property and you simply say $1 million home, Orlando, Ontario, double car garage, ground level family room, pool. You can say that if you don't give an address. Now, if you go back here, you can ask the owner, may I advertise your property, but I'm going to do it without the disclosing the address. Virtually everyone is going to say yes. They have a problem. They're trying to get rid of their property. They want to move. They all have a problem. That's what real estate people do, solve problems. And so if you ask them that and they say yes, then you can do this. Once you advertise it on ISeeAWorld, just like I said, it could be commercial, residential, it doesn't matter, without the address, $1 million apartment building, Mississauga, Ontario, or Vancouver. People are going to call you and they're going to ask you for the address, but you make a statement that in this particular case, we have to put an agreement in place first. But if it's okay with you, I'll try to make arrangements for Saturday. You come to my office and I'll make arrangements for you to see it. And then on Friday, you go get yourself a 48-hour exclusive listing agreement to show the property. And when I show this, and I'm in a classroom and I got 50 or 100 people in a room, brokers, they all say no problem. Absolutely no problem. You can do this. Now, I know when I was in the Lake Tahoe area, a lot of the real estate, you can go skiing at the top of the mountain and go swimming down at the bottom in Lake Tahoe on the same day. Such a beautiful place. And a lot of the movie star properties that are in the mountains, there's got a very, very well-to-do properties that are in the mountain. They're sort of done this way, where we don't want to give you a listing agreement, but if you bring me in a buyer, we'll pay you a commission. And so this is what you can be doing. Now, properties coming for sale. Where can you see properties coming for sale? And if somebody calls you on a property for sale, you say, well, in this particular case, we have to put an agreement in place first, but if it's okay with you, I'll put you on a list. And when I get the agreement signed, I'll call you back. And if you're still looking, you can be one of the first people through the property. How does that sound? So you can be, if you have properties that are coming for sale in the next 1, 2, 3, 4 months, you can be putting them on ISeeAWorld right now. Can you imagine if everybody in the industry can see this stuff? Boy, just wonderful. Here's a good example. Mississauga restaurant, $350,000 making money. Does that give it away? It does not. You can't figure out which restaurant that is. But if I said it was at the corner of here, Ontario and Dundas Street, there's 3 restaurants there. In less than 30 minutes, you could go talk to those owners and find out which one it is just by saying what corner it was on. And if that's the case and the commission's 10%, which it is for businesses sometimes, that's $35,000 just because you had loose lips and told somebody a little too much about that property, about where it was. That's enough to put your kids through school, buy a car, and go on a nice vacation, all that kind of stuff, just because you told them where it is. Because people will try, I'm telling you now, people will try to go behind your back. That's one of the downsides of our business sometimes. The integrity is not there, and they figure, I'm going to try to save $30,000 for my family, and I'll try to go direct and be done with it. Toronto Triplex, 750, positive cash flow, does not give it away. But if I said it was at the corner of Bloor and Ossington next to the Pizza, yes, I just gave it away. So most owners will actually give you permission to advertise this way. And it's up to you, though, to tell them you're not going to be placing the address. That way that the lead, the call has to come into you. You can qualify the people. You know something? I even recommend this for MLS listings, because MLS listings have an expiry date. People could actually talk to the owner and say, oh, okay, it's listed until the end of the month. And listen, if you don't mind, I'll come back at the end of the month and I'll talk to you then if you don't mind. In the meantime, you go back for your relist, trying to get a relist on that property, and you wonder why it's so hard. You've advertised the property, you've shown it, you've done your open houses, you've done everything, and he doesn't want to relist it with you. Could it be that somebody's talked to the owner and now they're trying to go behind your back? You'll never know. And then after it expires, he says, oh, I ended up selling it myself. Oh, yeah? You're the one that actually triggered the deal in the first place. So you want to identify people during the term of your listing. And then if you want to give out an address, that's a different story. At least you know who you're dealing with. Let's move on. If I said Lindsay SO gas station, does that give it away? In a room of say 20 people, I'll get some that say it does, some that doesn't, and others that don't know. In actual fact, it does give it away because there's only one of that kind of branded SO gas station in that particular community. So it's giving it away. How would you advertise that? You would simply say branded gas station, 1 hour to Toronto. A $30 million shopping center does give it away. The answer is yes. But why? Because there's only one. You might just say Canada, $30 million shopping center. That's it. Anything over $5 and $10 million, that's all you say. We even have a confidential business category. We have a confidential business area where you don't even have to say the area, because there's a certain kind of business. If I said $50 million and a certain kind of billions, there's only one player in that country. So there's ways to keep things confidential that we've got designed here, and you need to talk to us about how it's done. We do not put the listings on. You put the listings on with our guidance. And if you don't feel comfortable, you don't do it. But allow us to make some suggestions for you. From doing this for many years and having problems and connections made for properties, believe it or not, right up to over $1 billion here. There are ways that you can connect and protect your sources. So the mobile websites we set you up with, you simply make an appointment. It's a 1 hour session. We help you control your own names. We recommend that you have all your domain names with somebody like a GoDaddy. I think out of 1,000 members we have, about 500 are using GoDaddy. That way you control your own domain name. Don't register a domain name until you've listened to our video. You can see them either at our YouTube channel, domain names, and basically what it is it teaches you how to select 3 domain names, and there's some strategies for SEO, search engine optimization purposes. So we're actually a first line of support. We're happily consult with you whether or not you use our services, because we think if we simply point things out, someday you'll come to the realization that this is, bottom line is, the $300 is the best money you ever had in real estate for the assistance that you get and for the setups and the networking that kind of goes on, and the tools for your website, etc. Mobilized websites, you must log into them every month, and you'll see that some people have not checked their websites where we clicked on one thing, email for instance, and the thing didn't work. You got to go through your website once a month, people, and check it. It's just like a car. Your car needs oil change every once in a while, needs tires inflated. A website is the same thing. It needs a little bit of maintenance once a month though. That's the minimum. Once a month. If you say you don't have time, I'm telling you now, everyone has time once a month to check their website. This is your office building on the internet, trying to bring you in leads from the internet. We support all websites in the world. We simply send you an instruction. Once you join, an instruction of the links to put on your website, you simply forward it to your website designer. It's as simple as that. They install it. We always recommend that you have a follow-up appointment. Much like a doctor might have an operation, do an operation, you need a follow-up appointment with us to make sure that they were installed correctly. We don't want to have you have a year membership and the links weren't even installed correctly. What a waste. There's a lot of waste going on in this industry. Just give us a call. Let us look at it and give you recommendations, and then you do whatever you want. Websites are like billboards. Yes, you should have more than one. And you only need one business card because you can actually link your websites together, and they can each be search engine optimized. Each one can be different meta tags and keywords. Mobile websites, if you don't have a mobile website, shame on you. It's so easy to do. Our websites are totally set up to be mobilized immediately. They can be working within 1 hour, especially if you've got a domain name already pointed. So the moment you join, we're going to tell you how to point your domain name. If you don't know how to do it, we do it. We have solutions for all of this stuff to get it all done. So what good is a website without any traffic? You should register for a website, how to promote your website. Visit our blog, and we also have at our YouTube channel videos on how to do all this good stuff too. Optimize your opportunities. Minimum, what you do on ISeeAWorld is just add and search listings from time to time. That's it. But you should be promoting your website on a regular basis, but you need to log into your website a minimum once a month and look after your to-do list. That's it. Promote your website with a passion. This is your business. One person comes to your website, bingo. The nice thing about all of this stuff is that it all works on autopilot. The websites update themselves automatically with new listings every single day. So if somebody adds an exclusive listing for a power sale or something, bingo, it's updated on your website instantly, and you don't have to do a thing. Everything's automatic. The bottom line here for our service is know our pledge. If you don't know our pledge and you're not calling us after under 90 days, if you haven't done a deal every 90 days or you don't trigger listings that you feel will lead to doing business someday, you need to call us. There's 3.5 billion people on the internet. ISeeAWorld's got 30 to 40,000 people coming in a month. There's something for everyone here. You got to be making connections, and real estate people are the most well-connected people in the world. You know about all kinds of things in your community. You should be pulling all of that stuff out of the community and getting it onto the spot where you can be networking with others to do these deals. The public can read it, and then it'll also be available on your website where you can have all your customers and clients go to. What should you do now? I'm reducing that coupon code SAVE10. I'm giving you a coupon code SAVE25. I'm going to change it right now. Here we go. SAVE25. I don't think there's any space in there. Hang on one second. And it's SAVE 25%. We want to get this stuff really going. So there it is. We got to have some money coming in because we got to keep the lights on and keep things moving forward. We do all kinds of advertising for you and people, but we've kept it at that figure because we're not hiring salespeople. We're getting you to be some of the salespeople by sponsoring other people, and you can actually reduce your renewal from $319 to $240. Okay, that's a one-time special for people getting started. If you've already had a one-time special in the past, it is not applicable again. Sorry. If you sponsor someone, then you can get the $240. In fact, if you sponsor more than one person, we add 3 months onto your membership. So theoretically, if you sponsor 4 more people, you can get a year free. We need you all to kind of help grow this service, and we're ready to give a consideration towards doing that. So listen, thank you so much for the opportunity to kind of be here today. There will be a little survey 1 minute that'll come out to you. I'm actually going to stop this particular presentation here momentarily, but do a quick recap. 1 click to reach your world market with all your listings. We're available. Your information will be working 24/7, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. You should get your information working. It's like planting seeds in the ground to come up later. It's like fishing. If you don't put a line in the water, you have no chance to catch a fish. You got to put your lines in the water, and ISeeAWorld is one of the major world ways to kind of do it, especially with exclusive information, and it can trigger a lead just like a lead coming off a lead from a real estate board. Widgets for your website, that's an absolute no-brainer. You get that on your website, the very next person that visits your website has to call you. Some of our other graphics that we have, these are when we do real estate trade shows, etc. So that's a summary. Widgets, mobile websites, how to promote your website. Register for that. That's coming up in a couple of weeks. Assistance and training and support, all done one-on-one with you in your office over the phone using the same GoToMeeting webinar software that we're talking to you now. You book an appointment 10 minutes before your time. You get in front of the computer, and then what you do there is you log into our GoToMeeting software. It loads up, and then we'll be talking to you either through the internet or over the phone. We'll figure out what's the best audio. I'm going to give you well, you just call our main number if you never need assistance. Once you're a member, we give you our private direct number directly to me. Okay, and measure your success every 90 days. And that completes our session for today. Thank you very much. I'm going to leave it on our contact information on the website. And we're going to call it a webinar here now. I'm going to go right up to contact us. Hang on. And there's some information there. Actually, I'm going to actually bring up another contact page, if that's okay with everyone. I'm going to click on for members. Whatever you do, get through this for members page, and I'm going to click here to join, and click on the contact over here. And I think this is nice and clear for everyone to see, and I'll leave that on the phone. We run these daily workshops every single day, and they go from 7 a.m. in the morning till 4 p.m. in the afternoon. You just book a time that's convenient to you, and if those times are not convenient, we'll make something special. We want to make sure you get. We recommend everyone have a little 30-minute orientation, have a pad of paper and a pencil, and you're good to go. You will know how to get in and around and get the things that you want immediately. For the brokers that want to actually start themselves, there's actually ways that you can get started yourself. It's number 7, training and support. And you can actually go here, click here for member training and support, and you'll see that there's all kinds of good things here training. There's training videos here, how to enter listings, material defects if you're not making money. If you're not making money, what should you do? Does all of this stuff work? Learn the 3 questions. All of these good things are here. How to add a have, how to add a want, how to put links to your local city hall to help to sell the location of your properties, widgets for your website. It's all in Executive Member Training and Support. Okay, that's it for today, and I'm signing off. I'm going to stop the recording, but I'll take a few questions and open it up to everyone here momentarily. And thank you so much for listening to all of our stuff here. And hopefully you all make some good money. And when you do, please give us a call when you do a deal. We'd love to be the first ones to congratulate you for doing a deal. Okay, we've now stopped the recording, and I'm going to open it up. I don't know if you want to ask any questions. Ron, I'll start with you. Ron, are you still there? Ron Doman?
Yeah, I don't have any questions though.
Okay, Ron. Well, listen, how did you like that? Was there one thing that you feel you kind of learned today that might help you in your real estate business practice?
I just want to figure out ISeeAWorld. So.
Okay, very good. I might even stay on a little. If you have any questions, I'll show you a few more things if you want to. Johnson, are you there, Johnson? You have to unmute your phone though, Johnson. Johnson, you're a pan. Okay, so some of these people, we've got a few other people, but I think everyone is either not got their phones working or doing other things or various things. But I can give you a quick rundown, Ron, of are you a real estate broker, salesperson, or are you a buyer or seller?
I'm a broker.
Oh, okay, you're a broker. All right, so
I kind of got it just I was listening.
Okay, so I'm going to show you what you should be doing. If you have a pad of paper and a pencil, I'll give you some immediate things that you can do yourself to kind of check out the service further. And the first one is you click on search when you go to ISeeAWorld. Ron?
Yeah.
Okay. And
familiar with that, so.
Oh, you are? Okay, very good. Now, are you familiar with the ISeeAWorld.mobi? Do you see ISeeAWorld.mobi here?
No, I do stuff on my computer. I don't like the mobile stuff. So.
Okay, so in the future, you can even do this on your computer as well, but this is actually a mobile site that you can put on your mobile phones. Let me just back out of here and go back to search. What community are you in? What city are you in?
I'm in New York City and Miami.
In Miami, New York?
New York City.
And you work both the Florida market and the New York market?
No, I have an office in New York.
Okay, so
you're
in New York, okay. And what I'm going to suggest is you got 2 things you can search. You can go to Search Database 1, and you can choose USA here. 1 second, please. I'm just going to go ahead and choose USA. And one way to search is I'm going to suggest that the good connections are being made. Just choose any age and just go ahead and search the database. And there's an example of what's coming up in the USA. You see that?
I'm not there right now. I could get the search. I figure out the site and whether it's useful to me.
Okay.
What I could do there. So.
And then the second place you can search, Ron, is searching database 2 here. Do you see this? Right here on the screen. Are you able to see my screen?
Yeah, the search is not the search is okay. I got that. I got the search there. I just want to see who else was on.
Okay, what I want to do is I want to search USA for you and show you that there's over 5,000 listings have been placed by the public on ISeeAWorld from the public in the US. Do you see that? There's 186 unit apartment building, Houston, Texas. Can you see that on the screen? Brooklyn. There's a church building for sale, 5,000 square feet. In other words, we got 5,000 people from the public looking at information here, and we have less than 25 brokers in the U.S. But 5,000 people from the public looking to do business. So I know that there's a question brokers want to see, you want to see 5,000 other brokers on here. I'm suggesting that you should be looking at.
Well, I just need one buyer. That's all.
That's right. I agree with you. I agree
Uh,
100% with you.
I'll keep looking. Thanks for sharing information. I'll look at the website there,
Okay.
and I'll see what happens within the next couple of months or so.
Okay, so what you do
Um,
is you click on, do you see where it says here, join today?
hang on, hang on. I saw that, yeah.
Okay, when you click on that, join today, it'll say click here to join. Do you see that?
Yeah, that's not the issue, Gary. But
I know, but I wanted to show you that
I
when
just
you're ready, you can just click on where it says USA up here, executive membership. You see that? And when you click on that,
I just
and then when you click on that, I want you to look for the coupon. It's a little tricky sometimes to find the coupon. You add this to the cart, right? And then you check out. Let me see, where the heck do you check out here? Okay, you got to add one to the cart. Add it to the cart. Let me try it again. Oh, now there's two added to the cart. Oh, that's great. View the cart. And then
no, I'll
I know I'm just
figure that out. So I just want to
update
keep
cart.
looking at it. I just have to keep looking at the site because I've seen it for a while, and I don't know who the site was. Are
Yeah.
you the site?
Coupon code save 25. There we go. Apply the I just want to see if this works. Sorry, Ron. There we go. You can save $79 by using that coupon code, okay? It's a little tricky to make that thing work, and I'm trying to simplify it. But anyways, that's what's happening. Your question was?
Are you running the site? Are you
Yes, sir.
the owner of this site then?
Yes, sir. If you want to see
Okay.
my picture, let me just bring it up here. Hang on one second.
I don't want to see your picture. I'm just looking at results. I want to sell something, so I'm looking for a church. I wasn't aware. But there's a church there in Brooklyn.
Yeah.
I'll look at that again.
Okay. So you see, do you see my picture there on the screen?
Hang on, this is something just went wrong with my computer here. So.
There's my picture on the screen. So you can see who it is.
And hang on, something just went wrong with this with my with the site. They just closed there, so something went wrong with my computer. But I keep looking at it, Gary. Thanks for sharing that information. Send me an invite for your next webinar if you have something there. But I keep looking at this in the meantime. See if that is something I want to get involved with.
Sure. I think every broker should get involved. That's my own personal opinion. And we become like a personal assistant to you, Ron. And we help you network all the exclusive information and your MLS listings in your area. And you put it on here, and then you work the calls. Now, if you want to see some statistics, you can go back to For Members. And we got statistics, which is proof of activity. And I'm going to click on that. And let's see what comes up. And you'll see statistics come up on the page here. And you can see summary by the month. Now, if I go down further, you're going to see all the countries of the world that are coming in here on a regular basis. So you're going to be able to pull people in from outside of your local market area. And you'll see all the millions of hits going on the screen that I have here for you. Anyways, I'll let you go. If you have any other questions, feel free to call. We're always here for you. If anyone else has questions, I'm ready to answer any questions.
Thanks, Gary. Appreciate it. I'll keep taking a look at the site.
Okay, very good, Ron.
Taking a look at the site and okay, thanks for the time and the knowledge.
Okay,
Appreciate
listen,
it.
I got your Jorge Diaz. He's on the screen. He's from New York. Stay on the line. I'll introduce you to him. Hang on. Jorge Diaz, can you get on the line? Unmute your phone. I'm going to introduce you to Ron. Ron's from New York. Okay, Jorge, unmute your phone, my friend. Anyways, we got other members from New York that are online right now, but he's not unmuting his phone for one reason or another. And it's possible that he's listening on a device that he can't talk on or something. So you can listen in sometimes without talking. But he's in New York State as well. Okay, Ron, I'll let you go. You can start as little as $40
right,
a
thanks,
month.
Gary.
You can even start for $40 a month if you wanted to as well, Ron. And then, you know, try it for a month or two and see how things go for you. That's another way. And then once you make some good connections, you're going to probably always want to stay. And there is a choice when you join to choose
I
the,
saw that, Gary. I'm always interested in that.
okay, so there's a $40 option for you there as well, okay? Okay, let you go, Ron.
All right. Thanks, Gary.
Have a great day. Bye-bye now.
Okay. Thanks. Bye-bye.